Hi, Deborah.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Just to remind you again, my name is Deborah King. We're talking about all things healing, holistic well-being, and there is somebody else in the room with me who is asking the question. So if you hear another voice, it's someone else here, so it's not me. So let's get stuck right in.
Okay, well, I just want to know, are you excited today?
Am I excited today? Am I excited today? I am actually excited today, yes.
Great. Well, can you talk more about healing? And most of the time, like people take or assume healing is about going to the doctor or going to the traditional healer. From where I come from, can you give us more details or more examples about what healing is and how does someone know they need healing?
Okay. That's a very big question. How does someone know they need healing? It's a very big question, and there are lots of different types of healing. You could also say change, transformation, personal development, growth. I think all of that can come under healing. How does someone know they need healing? I'll be honest with you, actually, I think a lot of the times people don't know they need healing. I remember going to one of my trainings some years back and them sort of asking us about limiting beliefs we had and various things. And I was sort of sitting going, I'm fine. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. So I kind of didn't know I need healing. So I think there's an element of healing where people don't know they need it. Maybe sometimes healing's not the right word. Maybe it's just change. Change maybe is the word. There comes a point, I suppose, where what I would say is if something in your life isn't working for you, I like to say it doesn't serve you. It maybe is doing you more harm than good. That could be negative thinking, that could be a life situation, it could be some kind of physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual aspect of your life. So if there's something that you're not happy with, something that makes you feel powerless or sad, something that is challenging, difficult, or maybe there's things in your life that you want and you don't have them. You want to be a certain way, have certain things, then some kind of maybe healing or change is needed. Most people, I guess, when they talk about healing, they'll automatically think of something physical, because what happens is when something physical happens to us, we have to stop. I mean, if you break a leg or an arm, we are stopped in our tracks and we need some kind of healing. Whereas the mental and emotional and maybe spiritual pain of things can affect us, but we can ignore that to a large extent. But we can't ignore it when something physical happens. Did I answer that, do you think?
Yeah, when you say when something physical or when something spiritual, does healing always have to be going to the doctor? Or you have to look at the alternative other ways? If I'm not sick and I don't need medications to make me feel better, but there are some things that I need, or maybe someone talking to, or someone coaching me, because you mentioned about personal development and change. Does that have to be a change from maybe talking to someone and not going to the doctor, or
I
what
think
is
most of what people know and have been brought up with is mainstream general practitioners and doctors and medicine, and that's fine. I'm not here to bash that. And a lot of times we need that, and I have needed that on occasion in my life as well. And I'm very grateful to the doctors who saved my life at one point. But yeah, it's probably the more traditional route, and it's certain types of treatment or medication or whatever plans of treatment that you go through. The thing about, I suppose, the mainstream healing is over the years I have feel that it's very much based on physical ailments, which are a lot easier to see. It's very easy to see physical ailments. I think there is a big shortfall in the amount of mental, emotional kind of healing that's needed, and most certainly in this country, in Northern Ireland, in the UK, it can be different in different countries. A lot of work needs done to help people more mentally and emotionally. And we're going through a huge mental crisis, I think, especially after the last few years. I don't think we've even started to see the tip of the iceberg, but there's a lot of mental and emotional pain with people, and it's can be a lot harder to heal or to deal with. Now, sometimes medication can help that.
But is that not how therapy comes in? Or that's also a different.
I think that's when a lot of
alternative?
people will turn to alternative therapies or holistic therapies or something that's a bit different that you not
Yeah.
get in your local doctors or hospital. And again, depends what country you live in. That there's something different, or maybe they've tried everything that their doctor can help them with. But there's actually a whole world out there of alternative, holistic, complementary therapies. Some very basic stuff, you can talk reflexology, maybe massage, some kind of might be considered mainstream. And then hundreds of other different types of therapies. You get into all this different type of energy work and dealing with the subconscious and reprogramming the brain. And there's a whole bunch of other things out there. And that's not mainstream. It's becoming more and more popular over the years. I've been into a lot of the alternative stuff for decades, but it definitely is not the norm. So I think a lot of times, certainly when people have come to me for the likes of breakthrough sessions and that, they have tried a lot of other things. They've tried a lot of other therapies. They've maybe tried counselling, certain medications, but they're still not fully healing, or they're still not fully changing or getting better as well as they think they could be getting
Yeah.
better. So that sort of opens the door then to all the holistic alternative thing. And I do appreciate it can be a bit of a minefield for people, because there's a lot of different types of therapies that do lots of different types of things, and not everything maybe will suit everybody. But yeah, I think that's where people they want something to change in their life, and that a lot of times it could be, most people think of healing as well as their physical body and their body in general, and even maybe their mind. But again, I look at things very holistically, and part of healing sometimes can be looking at your life, looking at your personal situation, looking at your work, looking at your relationships, looking at where you live. The holistic approach to all that healing is sometimes we have to look at all those types of things. It's not just the physical body. So that's where kind of the holistic approach comes in. I'm not sure if anybody ever goes to their doctors and says they're feeling stressed. Does their doctor ask them what their living situation's like, what their home is like, what their relationships like, what their work is like? And even if they do ask, well, how do they help with that? Do they help with that? So yeah, that brings in the whole holistic side of that. We need to look at lots of areas in our life that might need healed, might need transformed, might need changed in some way.
Right. So, in terms of all that has been explained, so it's not always about needing medication and everything, but you also have to look at your personal life experiences, home life, work life, and what's all involved. So if all that has been checked, how do I know, or how do somebody know that they are healed or are healing?
Okay, again, a big question. That's a big question. Could spend a week answering that question. How does someone know they are healing? One of the main things is that their life begins to change, or they may start to feel better. It can be very easy to feel, if you go to the doctor or the hospital and you break a leg and then they reset it, give you some drugs. I've never broken my leg, touch wood. You know you're healing because it's fixed, it feels better, there's less pain. But actually, it's the same with mental and emotional aspects of our lives. Is there less emotional pain? Is there less mental pain? And I think as a society, we're not as good at addressing that. So are you feeling better? Have you gone to a therapy? Are you feeling better after that? Sometimes you'll feel better right away. It depends on the therapy, the treatment, whatever the coaching, whatever it is. There are so many different types. But are you feeling better? Is something starting to change as a result of it? Like I say, it's easy when there's a physical change. I remember the first time I had energy healing done on me. It was a Reiki session, and I'd never had it before. And funny, I didn't think I needed healing. I was doing it as a favor. I think it was a favor, yeah, as a friend who was learning this modality and wanted case studies. So I didn't think I needed anything healed as such, but I was open to doing this and helping somebody. And I remember coming away from it and feeling very calm. Well, initially going, what the heck is going on here? Because it was so it was a bit strange, and like, what's going on, and why am I feeling stuff? And I remember lying on the therapy bed and having one eye open, going, what's going on? Because I was feeling sensations in my body and different things that I could not explain. But I do remember, after a few of those sessions and coming away feeling calmer, feeling more relaxed. I think there was something going on with the relationship at the time, and it was difficult. And I remember feeling calmer in my heart, more peace of mind and emotion. So, and as far as I'm concerned, I hadn't done anything. I had just lay in a bed, and this person had done something with my energy, and I felt better. So, yeah, just some kind of change, no matter how small. And sometimes as well with healing, sometimes it can take a bit of time for us to see the changes in our life too, and other times people see them in us almost sooner than we see them. But like I say, it's a big question to answer, but some kind of change happening, feeling better, maybe less physical pain, feeling calmer, relaxed, less angry, less stressed, having some kind of improvement or relief in your life, I would say will show you that you are healing. Yeah.
So that's when the personal development and the change comes in.
Mm.
Well, interesting. Anyway, what would you like to say to your audience?
What I would like to leave everybody with is a reminder that you actually have so many resources within yourself to change yourself and to change your life and to change aspects of your life. And what I want to leave you with is this question: who would you be if you were all that you are? Who would you be if you were all that you are?